this theme is mental health is a universal right, as of course is something that WHO prescribes every year. And in schools, it is almost very essential to ensure that every student has a right to a safe and supportive environment that protects them from mental health risks, along with access to high quality mental health care that is readily available, culturally sensitive, and respectful of each and every student's needs. And this approach definitely fosters independence, inclusion, and a sense of belonging within this entire school community that we have. To reinforce this theme, we are facilitating today's panel discussion through a new lens, is what we have titled it, in order to highlight the diverse perspectives that we will see today. And as all of you represent different walks of life, we have with us a principal, a psychologist, a teacher, an entrepreneur, as well as students. And of course, this will provide us with an intersectional lens to delve into this entire idea of accessibility of mental health as a universal right.
Students have to really counter so many emotions, and emotional quotient is what we have to strengthen. And the mental health programs in the school brings this together for the students to brave the situations. You are the bravest ones, my dear students who are sitting there, the 10th and the 11th and the 12th graders, because we have already achieved what we wanted to.
I think it's important to have an environment of acceptance and inclusivity. Only then will we be able to know that okay, people are going through things.
As a student of the generation Alpha, I believe it's essential to cultivate self-confidence and self-love. So firstly, by embracing our uniqueness and imperfections, as no one in this world is perfect. This being imperfect makes us unique, and it makes us who we really are.
It's really stressful these days as teachers. It's very important to protect ourselves physically and of course with all the mental health, because if we are fit and good, and that is when we can do justice to the students at work, which is really important.
We intervene early, then we can prevent a lot of things before it happens, and we can catch on things, risky behaviors and children who are who need help. And help is, as I always say, help is always available. So there are certain things, if we bring on early intervention, we can promote healthy relationships with yourself, with your parents, with your teachers, the whole triad of people.
Like we have to set clear boundaries. Okay, so we have to set it like, okay, this is my time for the work, and this is my time for staying in home, and I want to dedicate my time for my personal well-being. And then we have to prioritize self-care. I think these things are really works well for both even for schools and also professionals.
I would like to say that as you progress through the years of life, you grow with that knowledge, right? So every year you gain some or the other form of knowledge. So of course, by other people who are in your life, or even by yourself, you are expected to perform to the caliber of the knowledge that you have gained every year.
You should be mature enough to handle your emotions. You should be mature enough to have control over what you think and what you say. Sometimes we children do not have control over that, but yet we use social media.
People really look up to influencers and they follow everything they do. And if you have that responsibility, if you have like followers, people following you, you have to be very responsible in what you post and what you depict.
Amongst the student representatives, we have 4 different students from across the country joining us today. We have Surya, Mr. Surya. He is an exceptional student and a member of the Student School Council of the and holds a prestigious position of school head boy for 3 consecutive years. Beyond his leadership qualities, he boasts an impressive academic record, possessing in-depth knowledge across various subjects. Notably, he achieved distinct merit in international level in the Spelby International Competition 2019, showcasing his linguistic prowess. Alongside his academic achievement, he is also a talented athlete, excelling in sports such as badminton and cricket. Thank you, Mr. Surya, for joining us today. So I would like to invite Master Surya from National Center of Excellence, Jeevan Bhima Nagar, to share his views that as the grades progress, so does the need to perform well, right? And that comes with its own set of expectations and challenges. How do you or your peers cope with this constant competition and unrealistic expectations that come with it?
Yes, ma'am. So, as an intricate but short answer to this question, I would like to say that as you progress through the years of life, you grow with that knowledge, right? So, every year you gain some or the other form of knowledge. So, of course, by other people who are in your life or even by yourself, you are expected to perform to the caliber of the knowledge that you have gained every year. That, okay, this person is, this person can do this, so we are going to set some expectation on him and him or her that he can do this task. So, and that expectation, it is bound to increase. That every year you keep growing. Every time, uh, there's continuous learning, as it was mentioned previously. So you will keep getting hit by obstacles like competition, rejection, or all these different expectations which are unrealistic. And trust me, I've gone through that feeling in almost every year of my small life, spanning 15 years. Decision. Only when your brain is in the right state to take the decisions, that's when you'll be making the correct decisions. Because if your mind is disrupted and if you're not able to think properly, then the decisions that you take might also be as foggy as the state of your mind, right? So, to avoid the stress from occurring in the first place, you have to be very calm and composed even before the problem approaches. And so you're ready to face it prepared. And as we are talking in terms of the school level, at my school, NCFE JBN, our batch of 10th grade actually has a very low strength of students. And so we have extra expectations on ourselves to perform well academically or athletically or in other co curricular activities. And so you just have to know that you can't just tell people no that I can't do all of this. You have to first calm yourself down and also have the belief and confidence that you will be able to do whatever people tell you to do. And things might not go as expected. Okay, expectations never work out. Expectations can never always be the way they are expected. There might always be some changes, and you should be ready to face these changes at all times. This is what I have to say.
Thank you so much. I think that did give us a lot of insight as to what actually goes on in a student's mind. And I see that Dr. Ruchika nodding her head in agreement that, all of this to a psychologist or a counselor working in the school segment for the children has been really helpful. Thank you so much, Master Surya.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So I believe that Ms. Charumani had something to add here.
Yeah, it was so nice listening to you, Surya. and
Thank you.
and because you were talking about stress and all, and I believe, are you a sign, because you said you're 15-year-old?
I would like to invite Master Surya from NCFE Bangalore to share his inputs as to how social media has been influential in his life, in his journey.
Okay, so namaste to all. Now, personally, before I start speaking, I would like to mention a point. I actually used to use social media only up until like the around September of 2022, after which I stopped using social media because I found it being a distraction and a burden in my personal life. I had other things to focus on. Now, that might not be the same for everyone because social media does have its own pros and cons, and people, it depends on their life. It depends on what you want to use social media for. I personally did not find much help from social media as per of, you know, things that I want to know online or maybe information that I want to get on different topics. I feel social media is very valuable in that aspect, and social media also helps you understand what are the ways the world around us is updating itself, what are the ways the world around us is sort of growing, and it helps you to connect with other people and share each other's experiences in this cycle of life. That okay, and you also help that the fact that you're teaching things to others while you're also learning you're also doing self learning. So these are some of the advantages of social media, but again, as Rakshit mentioned in the beginning, you have to be mature enough to understand social media and also use it as a platform, because only then will you be able to make proper use of it. If not, then it wouldn't be a good idea to uh, you know use the technology that has been given to us in today's modern world.
Absolutely. I think, as the saying goes, to each their own. So, the way we choose to perceive social media and the way we choose to take it upon our lives is what it all comes down to. So, thank you, Master Surya. I think that was really helpful.